Good afternoon, boys and girls, ladies and gents, aunts and uncles, cousins, brothers and sisters, grannies and granddads. As you can probably gather, we're in the back of my van. It's a Vauxhall Vivaro, long wheelbase. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff in this van. A lot of it is nickable. You'll see I don't keep anything inside the kit boxes. So, you know, drills. You see another drill in there. I don't keep anything inside the kit boxes. The reason being is because there's a hefty inverter up there which powers the chargers in the corner. You can just about see the Honeywell PIR in the corner there. That box, them two boxes on the wall I'll get to in a second. But basically there's been a lot of van break-ins recently. And what I'm here to show you is how to secure your van. So we're starting on the inside because that's where all the goodness is. So if you don't know me, or if you do know me, you'll know that I have a bit of a history with commercial vehicles, mainly installing security, electronic accessories, etc, etc. So my van, we've got all LED lights everywhere, two-way light switches, one at the front, one at the back. My business, I also do key cutting, so on-site key cutting, hence the inverter. That's the master switch for the inverter. Back of the van, we've got two big LED lights. That's where, if we're working outside at night, we can light up whatever it is we're working on. So yeah, onto the gadgets really. This van has a tracker on it, 24/7 live tracking. The tracker also has the ability to kill the engine. I can't show you that through the app whilst I'm on the phone to you. Well, let's move some shit out of the way. So, first things first. This box here, if you're an alarm engineer, you'll know that's the Rio box for a Galaxy remote input-output module. You see a little antenna sticking out the top there. That's for the GSM module. Cable going out the top there. That goes to the door contact on the side door. Yeah, door contact on the side door. Standard grade 1. That's all it needs. That's normally closed, going open. Inside this box here, I'm not going to open it up because it's an absolute fucking mess. It was put together about 10 o'clock at night before going to do an overnight stay in Birmingham. Obviously I had to leave the van in the train station car park in Birmingham, and I don't trust Birmingham. No offence to people that live there, but you don't know who's lurking around the train station car parks. Inside there you've got a series of relays. One of the relays is a normally open going, normally closed going open. Yeah, normally open going closed. That relay has got a 12-volt feed, which is powered from the from either the PIR at the back or the door sensor on the side door. Obviously, the reason why we have the door sensor at the top is to prevent people from pushing the top of the door out. So you can see there's a modest gap there. So, you know, once they start to pull that out, it's going to set the alarm off. I'm going to get a phone call, and I'm going to come out here with a shotgun and find out who the fuck's breaking into my van. Touch wood. Well, we've only got MDF in here, but you know, touch wood, that's never going to happen yet. What else have we got in there? We've got an Advanced Controls A4 or D4 GSM dialer. That basically utilises one of the, my camera skills are shit. We're utilising one of the inputs, which basically sends a text message and dials out. The text message basically says AWS, my registration number, and then alarm active. I don't need to do anything to respond to that text message. It'll send it to me and it'll send it to my missus. You've got two cables there. One's a Cat 6 cable and one's just a standard 2-core. I think it's 1 mil. Yeah, it's a 1 mil 2-core flex. That supplies power, and Cat 6 goes all the way down to the front of the van. That goes down to the alarm module for the actual van alarm that we've got installed. Where is my keys? If I disarm the van alarm and try and stay still so the PI out the back doesn't see me. So when I press the arm button, you should hear a click. If I go nice and close, you'll hear a click. Now when the alarm sets, that is basically the alarm saying, when the alarm sets, the relay that I talked about earlier is on a negative output when armed. That negative output when armed activates a relay which switches the positive side of the relay I talked about earlier. There is actually 3 relays inside there. So if I press the arm button, you'll hear it click. Now if I press it again, you'll hear it click off. So if I arm it and then set off the PI out the back, see what's happening? Let's disarm it. When I'm setting off the PI out the back, it's allowing that relay to close. Now on one leg of the relay is an earth. On the other side of that relay goes to the accessory input wire on the alarm system. I'm not going to tell. If you can hear the alarm system beeping in the background, you'll know what I've got. Anyway, I've got it totally separate from the van alarm remote, as advised by a good friend of mine. Yeah. So the other box just basically houses a couple of connections. It was going to have a small access controller in there, which was going to go to a reader which is on the back door, which is still on the back door actually. Inside the back door we were going to put a motor which released the back door, and at the same time it would disable the alarm system for say about, I don't know, 3 minutes. So if I'm on site with somebody and they need to go in the van, they can use their ID card, because there'll be an RJ45 jack at the front of the van in the glove box, which basically allows them to use their ID card on it. That's pretty much it for the back of the van, really. Pardon me. Obviously we're utilising the original pin switches on the back door of the van. I will say that on the Vivaro, the Traffic and the Prima Star vans, it is an absolute ball ache to get into where you need to solder the cables. If I get out the side of the van, I go out the side door. I'll show you what else I've got. You've also got slam locks on the side door. There's another slam lock on the back door. There's the card reader I told you about. You go around to the front. Again, excuse the mess. It's one man, one van. So there's the little light up display for the Cobra alarm. Interior protection on the inside. Again, we're using the original pin switches. That's about it, really. So I suppose if I sort of let's go in the back of the van actually. Go back in the back of the van. Yeah, let's jump in the back of the van. Shut the door over and stay still. and arm the alarm. Now when the alarm goes off, it is likely that I'm going to get a phone call. It's going to ring my missus, she's going to wonder what's going on. When that happens, this video may get cut out. If it does, I'll just make another video and edit them. Obviously, with most car alarms and automotive alarms, you have to give it, say, I don't know, 30-40 seconds for the system to settle. I'm going to move in a second. I'm going to aim the phone camera up at that PIR, but I'm going to get ready to disarm the alarm. If we turn the lights off, you can just about see a flashing light. That's the status light on the Advent Controls A4 board. Or was it the D4? I really can't remember which one I put in there. Anyway, they're all as good as each other. The only difference is one of them has 2 inputs and one of them has 4 inputs. I believe the D4 has the 4 inputs and 2 analog inputs, so you can monitor voltage. And the A5, I believe it is, has only got the 2 inputs. Anyway, if I move, I'm going to quickly unset the alarm. So as I said, the call got interrupted because the alarm went off, and I've just had a text message through AWS, the registration number, ban alarm active. That's about it for the security on this van. I'll add some links to the description on. I'm not going to tell you what alarm I've got in the van because that would be giving the game away. Find out for yourself. As long as you've got a pager output, on the Cobra alarms, the pager output, sometimes when you go to start the van up, it will activate the pager output. So what I've told the alarm to do is I've actually got a third relay inside that little Galaxy box. That third relay actually activates, and when it deactivates, it means that the dialer cannot activate if the alarm is unset. It's a bit complicated. Like I said, I'm not going to open that box up because there's a lot of stuff in there and none of it's really fixed in place. At the time, the Galaxy box was the only box I had. Yeah, that's pretty much it. As usual, I don't do many YouTube videos, but yeah, fuck it, like, subscribe, tell your mates about it. Got any questions, just drop us a line. But yeah, this is a CQR SE571. It's grade 1 contact. We go in my drawer full of goodies. There's one there in the bag. You can of course use one of the grade 2 types if you want to. It's pointless using a grade 3, although if you use a grade 3, you'd have to get a PIR, which is a normally open gun closed, and believe me, they're not cheap. That is a Honeywell you can use the Texcom stuff. It doesn't really make a difference. It just, just looks a little bit different from that. But I had that on the shelf. I thought, install that. Why not? It's not doing anything else. It's been used. It's not going to go on a customer's site unless that customer's a tight ass. But you do get them. What is that part number? If I find the part number, I'll put it in the link to the. I'll put a link in it in the video description. These lights are just basically off of, I think these are off of Amazon or off of eBay, I can't remember. Anyway, I've had them in here for about 6 months. They get used every day. They get left on for quite some time. In case you're wondering, for the inverter, There is a leisure battery down here. There is a leisure battery there. The reason why it's not fixed into place is because sometimes I need to take it out to jump start a car. Don't know if you can see it or not, but can we see it? No, we can't. There is down the back a smart charge relay. In fact, I'll grab my torch. Got them keys on the floor. Is it down there? Along with everything else. Anyway, somewhere down there, you can see the red wire coming out of it. Let's move some of this shit out of the way. There it is there. Smart relay, 8E parts, 140 amp sensitive relay. We've got the strip fuse connectors. Ignore what that cable looks like. That came out of my old van. Got another strip connector there. Obviously your Dura inverter and the isolation unit, which also houses the fuses. There's much else to say really. I might log on to the internet browser for the tracker and just quickly show you that. I pay £1 per month to EE for a data sim. That does the tracker. The GSM module is on a pay-as-you-go, and I put around about, I believe it's around about £10 on that. That usually lasts about a year. Obviously if you buy from Advent Controls, speak to Mike, he'll sort you out. They're incredibly easy to use. You can either program them remotely or you can program them with a telephone or the SMS messages. They do have keep alive text built into them, so you don't need to worry about your pay-as-you-go sim running out of credit. What else can I tell you about this van? Not much really. I was going to put a run lock on it. If you don't know what a run lock is, it basically allows you to start the engine, pull the handbrake up, press a button on the dashboard and take the key out and leave the engine running. Police cars, ambulances, fire engines, recovery vehicles have these. Sometimes it's a good idea to have it, especially if you don't have an auxiliary battery. It's good to have it. I have an auxiliary battery which I've left the inverter on for a couple of days, gone away for the weekend, come back, and the inverter's still quite happily ticking away. Yeah, like I say, any questions, just ask.